I'm back. Okay, basically up to now, I've removed all the outer layer of wallpaper, and what I have left is the backing. As I removed all the wallpaper, I kept it wet, and then I continued to wet the backing that was dry behind it. Now the backing, I've completed the whole thing. It took me like the last hour, and I've removed all the surface paper, and with the backing wet, I'm going back to where I started, and this has been wet now for a while, so it should come off pretty easy. And a couple notes on the on removing the paper. I recommend that if you run into problems with the paper coming off, you just keep moving. You'll have little strips here and there, and as you re-wet the paper, as you wet the backing, some of the wetness will seep behind and get some of those little bits and pieces that you didn't get to. Okay, now I'm going to try and remove the backing. I'll start here from the bottom. And generally, it'll come off pretty good in a whole sheet. Sometimes it doesn't. It helps when it comes off in a whole sheet, less little bits and pieces. So you can see here it is coming off. And now that's a whole sheet of backing. Behind it is the paste. Now, I highly recommend that you take off a couple of sheets at a time and then wash that section of the wall and continue to move. Because if you don't, and you continue to take the backing off, the paste will dry and it'll just be that much harder to remove. So I'm going to go ahead and remove a few sheets at a time, and then I'm going to take a bucket of water, and I use a soft scrubby and a rags. I used to use sponges, but the sponges tend to wipe over the paste, and take more times going around to wash it off, whereas a good terry cloth type rag can really get that paste off quicker. So that's what I'm going to do next. And again, remember, you need to keep going around the room and keep the paper wet ahead of yourself. So just wet it a little bit, just so you don't let it start to dry on you as you get to it. So I'm going to do that next, and I'll be back.